Raidraptors come out of nowhere and take to the sky for this top cut. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Now, this is the type of top cut that I like to see. You know, a lot of the regionals this weekend were very tipping the scales for a lot of fire, but this event kind of showcased, hey, you know, we can see that there are obviously things in the meta that are going to be, you know, a little bit better than others, for sure, but I think that this is a pretty strong case of, hey, you know, we can do things. So, tipping the scales here, you have double Cash Tira, and honestly, I'm not all that surprised. Cash is one of those decks that is just able to control the field so well and able to manipulate these matchups that, you know, I saw a fun fact here. Cash ended up winning this regional. So you're going to see a lot of Cash, and I mean a lot of Cash, trying to stop these crazy fields from, you know, going over. Now, we also had one Snake Eyes. Okay, well, that's pure Snake Eyes is one of those decks that you look at right now and you're like, okay, this is pretty strong. We also had Orcust. Wait, Orcust Horus? Yeah. So this deck somehow is able to do it. Also, I mean, to be fair, the Horus cards just flood the field and they put this pressure on your opponent. Your opponent's like, what am I supposed to do about this? Don't worry. We also had one Fire King duelist in the top cut. So you have both Fire King and both Snake Eyes. So you do have both of the stronger decks present in the room. We also had Rescue Ace. I still thought the Rescue Ace would perform just a little bit better than we thought, but okay. We also had one Purely duelist in top cut as well, and honestly, I'm kind of happy to see that Purely was able to kind of do something, even if it's just a little bit. And we have this Raidraptor Cash Tira deck, but not in the sense of, you know, just we're playing Arsenal Falcon. No, we've gone way further with the Raidraptor stuff. Like, this deck is genuinely one of the most interesting things that we've seen, and I'm glad to see that Raidraptor is getting some huge representation out here, because honestly, it really needs it, alright? Like, Raidraptor left a lot to be desired as, you know, things were opening. The Raidraptor group has not even, like, had a huge success rate with this, so I'm still waiting to see what more will actually come out of the Raidraptor innovations. But for now, let's pass on over to those deck lists, shall we? So starting things off here, we have the power of pure Snake Eyes, and let me tell you here, this is actually pretty strong. Like, Birch and the Flamberge Dragon squad here is just the absolute full gas. Like, you talk about watching this deck unfold and go down some of the little stupid combo lines that it actually can. Well, it's pretty strong. And of course, don't forget about Oak. Just how many times can we abuse this card in one physical turn? Also, shout out to the Field Spell for making all of our little cronies into super big swinging monster machines that can just laugh at the opponent while you can, you know, kind of just win the game. That's why I love this game. And of course, Tack Talents being this huge little swinger so that you can steal games. Yu-Gi-Oh's never looked more interesting. And of course, hello, thrust on into the Destructive Daruma Cannon. Okay, so we have a lot of options kind of present out here for you to be able to mess around with. Also, Book of Eclipse. Is this actually, like, super powerful right now? I guess the ability to turn down an opponent's field and attempt to clean it up might seem a little bit more inviting. Also, Change Your Heart. The interactions with this card right now are kind of funny. All right, so good stuff here. What else we got back here? We have the full squad of Horus. Good stuff. You gotta love your discard outlet. I mean, once again, you gotta realize that you have to be able to use this package in order to kind of supplement. And, you know, how many bricks are we playing along the way here? I consider all of these little guys. If you're going into an event, you're like, today's going to be a good day, you know, I want to play X deck, and you're like, oh boy, you know, I brick. Hello, Double Orchestrated Return. Honestly, I think you do need to play Double Orchestrated Return. There are a lot of people that actively believe you don't need to play multiples of these and get away with one, but with how bad the meta is, if you're trying to detour away from this, I feel like you're just doing yourself a disservice. Now, this is kind of interesting. So post-side decking, this build actually boarded in triple Shaddoll Fusion and a Shaddoll Dragon, and basically you would attempt to deploy Winda out here as a floodgate monster to make sure that you can try to play the game. And realistically, I mean, like, this does work, you know. Wind is a good card. Being able to not be destroyed by card effects is actually pretty strong, though, until big Garunas Chungus comes down here and starts blowing it up. So I think this is one of the most interesting lists out of this weekend, strictly because we know how stupid Winda can be, but the fact that you're able to actually see, hey, you know, Winda was actually a relevant piece of the puzzle and actually contributed to a deck's success. Okay, I mean, like, that's suddenly a different story. Okay. Huh. Here's our Raidraptor good stuff. And, okay, so look at your Splash Kashtira package in here. All right, it's what? Triple Fenrir, 1 Rise Heart, and triple Ray Sloth. Whoo! We're really getting saucy in here, you know? We're really becoming this change-a-rooney of a deck. I mean, no, the splash package of this is really no different than what we're used to seeing out here with these other builds that, you know, are doing this. Also, you're using these also as level 7s so that you can make Arsenal Falcon just a little bit easier, right? Let's call it what it is. Arsenal Falcon is such a stupid card for this deck. Now, one of the reasons why this deck had its successful time is because of Mr. Kali King Yuga here. We have seen time and time again out here where any sort of deck that can make Kali King Yuga during the opponent's turn, set up the conditional, nope, your opponent cannot activate things. You know, this and King Calamity are some of the oldest looming things, but they don't tend to show up all that much. But this deck had the chance to actually go about this thanks to, you know, rank up magic. Good stuff. Your full Raidraptor, you were pretty much playing everything that you needed to in the Raidraptor department for you to do your thing. And this build is also playing droplets so that you can get that board-breaking options to go. I mean, once again, we've seen countless times out here where this deck is able to, you know, set up some crazy large fields. And also, I almost want to feel like it has some consistency issues playing into Fire's big boards. Also, this is kind of cute. You have triple thrust into dark holes or, you know, evenlies to punish the opponent. I think that's kind of cute, honestly. You just take your power swings and go, man. Like, I'll win my free games where I need to. But Raidraptor actually managed to do its thing. I'm so impressed. What else we got back here? Hey, guess what? We have one of the only duelists in the room that chose to actually stick to Rescue Ace and still believed in this deck. Now, once again, your most major innovations out here. Woo! We're playing double Pobbler now, baby. It's the same deck as before, but, you know, with 100% more Pobbler off of the bonfire for those consistency swings, so you can kind of do your thing. I also see that this build did choose to play Cross Out Designator. That way, you know, you can cross out the troublesome hand traps your opponent's having. Like this card. It depends on the matchup, honestly, that you would be bringing this in for. Let's see, we're playing Lancia down here as well. Okay. And, of course, the Ghost Bells. And we're playing Spooky Dogwood for time. Okay, I didn't honestly think that we would see Spooky Dogwood showing up, but okay. I mean, time rules are a pain. Understandable. Have a nice day. Our Purely Duelist. Wait a minute. We're playing Rainbucks in here? What in the world's going on here? Alright, so we chose to play Rainbucks and good old Silva as, like, our choices, but, like, we're not doing, like, the draw power that we've seen these other builds doing. You're just relying on, like, looping options for this. Like, that's kind of cool, I guess. You know, you figured maybe the Brow and other stuff would kind of get you places, but hey, you know, this card's actually pretty good. Obviously, this build did opt for Dimensional Fissures and Shifters. Okay, well, you know, let's call it what it is at this point. Being able to, you know, detour your opponent and once again get those free little turn skipperoos going for you actually is everything that you want. I also see that this is interesting. We can actually make this card. You know, I suppose. Free monster. Our last list here is actual Kashtira. There's your double shift or double fissure, your triple shifter, as per usual. But this we have triple Raigeki in here. Oh man, this is a nice little change of pace, you know. you basically can blow your opponent out of the water by just having this card be present. I think it's actually kind of cool, actually. You know, your opponent sets up big fireboard, you go slam down Dimensional Fissure, your opponent's like, okay, and you just Raigeki them, and they're like, what's going on here? Like, why do you play that garbage? Well, it works. Let's see, hey, hi, Herald of the Abyss. You're a very good card. This is, by far, I think, one of the most interesting regionals that I've had the chance to actually see so far. Huh. So what do you guys think about this breakdown? Please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.